Now, South Africa just struck a 12 billion euro trade deal with the European Commission, or 240 billion rands, which is something that is very, very interesting. I mean, our president was this week, I think on Friday, was in Europe with the European Commission President, Ms. von der Leyen, where we saw Europe announcing 12 billion EU investment package for South Africa at the Global Gateway Forum in Brussels, right? And this is something that is great because these 12 billion, the key sectors that it is going to boost, it's renewable energy, green hydrogen, critical minerals, infrastructure and innovation, driving South Africa's just transition and inclusive economic growth. This is good news to South Africa, my dear friends, because we know that this 12 billion EU investment is going to also create jobs. It's not just going to grow our economy, but it's also going along the way, it's going to also create more jobs for the unemployed South Africans, which is something that is very good, because South Africa right now, you know that because of Trump tariffs, 30% that we receive, a lot of South Africans have been losing jobs because of that 30% tariff that hit us here in South Africa. I mean, based on the Reserve Bank's estimates, that 30% tariffs from Trump administration or from the US, it could cause or lead into job losses equating to around 100,000 here in South Africa, which is not good at all. And the one of the proposed solution, which I also discussed on this channel, was that South Africa needs to go and look for more opportunities, and of which coming to see this 12 billion opportunity from Europe, I think it is a good start for South Africa looking for alternatives, solution to curb the 30% of tariff that we were hit by the United States of America under the Trump administration, which is something very, very good. I mean, this past week, not only did our president visit or was in talks with European Union, Ms. von der Leyen, but he started his trip at I think Ireland, where he was even, we saw the pictures of him signing the visitors book in the presence of His Excellency President Michael D. Higgins of Ireland and First Lady, right, the wife to the president, which was something that is good. And the conversation also there in Ireland was more of cooperation in science, innovation, higher education, skills development, as well as trade and investments. I mean, the two parties seek to elevate the bilateral cooperation to a strategic partnership, creating new opportunities to enhance collaboration and mutual economic growth. This is where the president started the week. Started in Ireland, and then, of course, the second or close of the week with that 12 billion or over 240 billion rands worth of trade deal with the EU Commission, which is absolutely great, which is exciting, and we look forward to this, and we want to see more trade deals like this, because then it will ease the kind of impact that we are to see because of the Trump tariffs that we were hit with, that are making, or which are resulting into so many South Africans losing jobs because of that 30% of tariff. Mercedes is going to cut jobs, BMW is going to cut jobs, Ford is already cutting 428 jobs. There are other companies that have also started cutting jobs, which is because of the tariffs that we are hit with by the president of the United States, Donald Trump. I mean, Mercedes, you'll know that it was exporting a lot of the C classes, because C class, South Africa is one of the countries where they are being produced or made, then shipped into the US. And because of these tariffs, it is becoming more expensive to ship those C classes out of the country, which is something that is giving or making a challenge to South Africa, resulting into massive job losses because they cannot make enough money anymore, and therefore some positions will have to be down or cancelled so that the company can still be operational. I mean, Mercedes, their current production or their current factory where they are producing their cars, just got revamped, I think 2 years ago. It is for that reason that Mercedes was like they are looking for a partner who they can, of course, share their production plant with, because look, they've spent a lot of money and closing it off down might just be wasteful expenditure. So they are saying instead of closing it off, they are looking at sharing with other companies, which is, I think, a very good initiative, because in as much as jobs are being lost, it might not be that much, because imagine if they were closing it off completely. So many South Africans could be losing jobs right now, but because they are trying to come with mitigation measures that counteract the tariffs that we saw, or the head that we are seeing coming from the US. They are trying to find ways to preserve some of the work, not all, which I think we appreciate them for that, because our brothers and sisters get to continue working uh, for some of these companies. Though some people are losing jobs, some others are still being retained. But the good thing is that there are more opportunities coming, because the massive investments that, like this one for 12 billion euros, or over 240 billion rands from EU that we are talking about, it is going to create many jobs in South Africa for South Africans, which is something that we look forward to. So yeah, man, me, I just thought I quickly come and give you this update. Tell me what you think about this. I think we should brace ourselves for what's coming. I look forward, and hopefully things continue getting better for South Africa, and we don't see a major economy breakdown, right? Because of the tariffs that we are seeing in the US. Yes, short term, we don't know what will happen, but medium to long term, I think we will be fine. We'll persevere, we'll be fine. That is all from me, my dear friends. Let me not make this video too long. Let me end it here. I'll see you on the next one, and God bless you all.